Hello and welcome to Alumni Stadium for today's lacrosse matchup between Braintree and Framingham. Mike Walson bringing the coverage here on BCAM TV as we are ready for the opening draw here at midfield. And Duffy in on the draw for Braintree as is usual. And the opening draw will be handled by Braintree. They possess here to begin. Trying to get on a winning streak here. As Braintree will possess to begin this game. And they're knocked down, tripped up inside. And Braintree will have the first scoring chance of this game. Again, Lacrosse changing over to quarters instead of halves. Still running clock, except during timeouts and injuries. Now getting ready for Braintree's first shot attempt, one will assume. Flyers in the road dark uniforms, Braintree in the home whites. As Braintree is denied here to start. Wind continues to whip around. And it will be Duffy here for Braintree to possess. Moved on to the attacking side of the field. Now Duffy swings in front. Duffy shoots and scores the game's first goal. First goal of the game scored by Duffy, Braintree's leading goal scorer. And a good start here in a Bay State Conference matchup. As Braintree trying to continue their winning ways. It's been an up and down season for Braintree, but they're right now a game over 500. And Framingham now has it off for the draw. Haven't seen a shot attempt yet for them. Braintree at 6-5 heading into today's game with a loss against Newton North in their last game, 15-6. It's been kind of alternating win-loss for a while. So the ball is back behind the net. Work back up top. Now looking for a shot, still taking their time here as the Flyers look for a great shot. Braintree holding them to the outside. Still nothing going to the goal yet. A lot of time used here on this possession, but now trying to force it towards the goal. That one thrown away, and Braintree going towards the sideline to scoop it up. So a turnover as Braintree now with the ball and a one-goal lead. Pass off target as Braintree hustling for it. Ball still on the turf. Both sides battle for it. Continues to be a bothersome here for the players. You can see those jerseys really whipping around, obviously causing a lot of noise too. Braintree looks for a second goal of the quarter. Out in front, it's Duffy again. Her second of the game. A couple more goals added to her prestigious total. Thrown out as now the Flyers trying to get something started of their own. They're already down 2 goals, and Braintree continues to carry the play here early. Haven't seen a shot attempt for Framingham yet. Matchup here today is 6-5 Braintree. We'll make it 5-4 Braintree. Going head to head against Framingham, who is at 3-7. So Braintree certainly on paper the better team, but doesn't always necessarily mean that team's going to win. As the shot goes just wide on a bounce up and over the goal. Oh, nearly thrown away as Framingham's able to pick it up just before it crosses the 30. Looking out in front, the shot goes up and over the goal. Ball is taken away by Braintree. Nice takeaway. But along the sideline now, it's scampered up towards the midfield mark. Big Braintree run up the field. Now bringing it towards the attacking side of the field. Back behind the net. Braintree trying to wrap around try. Working around the shell. As it's worked in the middle of the field. Here is Duffy, who has both of Braintree's goals. Takes another shot and scores another shot. A third already here of the quarter for Duffy, who has a hat trick in the opening half quarter. So Braintree with 3 on the board, all by Duffy. And the visitors have dug themselves a 3-goal deficit already. Here's the underdog in this game. Loose on the turf and picked up by Framingham, who's trying to pass it quickly. That pass off target as the two sides walk up. Right along the sideline, and it was last touched by Framingham. Good hustle along the sideline by Graziano, who forced that mistake. Braintree will continue with it, but they will pull the player back now to around the 35 or so, maybe even further. Looks like around the 40. Now attacking the middle. Here's McDonald looking for the pass across, and Braintree has scored yet again. Defense being beaten to every spot right now. Braintree has a commanding 4-0 lead. And a timeout going to be taken by the visitors. So we will take a break as well. 4-0 Braintree here to start this game. Play resumes after the timeout. Braintree with 4 goals already on the board. Braintree again in on the draw, trying to possess, and they do. A full steam attack towards the goal. Here is Duffy again, and Duffy has done it all here in this first quarter as Braintree leads 5-0. Just a full rush right to the goal. Just under 4 minutes left here in the half, or in the first quarter, excuse me. Getting ready here on the draw. And a whistle. They're going to redraw here at midfield. And Braintree will be called for the infraction. So Framingham finally has the ball. Had it twice, and now they give it away again. Difficult to compete with Braintree here in this first quarter if they keep giving the ball back. Braintree's been able to convert every time they've had it too. The ball is there, and Braintree has scored again. Right on the doorstep. That one just trickled past the goal line. So 6 on the board for Braintree. Home team just in complete control of this one already. We're not even at halftime. Haven't even played a quarter yet. Draw here for Duffy. As Braintree will pick it up. They drive it towards the goal, and Braintree scores again. probably the best offensive quarter Braintree's had all season. So McDonald now with a couple of goals. And Duffy with 5. This first quarter's taking a long time because there's been so many goals. We're not going to see long quarters after this, though, with Braintree having a 7-goal margin already. Probably a lot more passing and a lot more time being used. The ball again is won by Braintree, but they throw it away. Pass a little bit high. As Framingham trying to pass it up the field. And that pass is taken away by Braintree. Back up over the 30. Looking for a shot on the goal. Looking to use the middle of the field now. Cutting inside. Passes back. Braintree looking to uncork a shot here with 2 minutes to go. And the whistle will stop play. But it'll keep the clock moving. Looking out in front, and Braintree has scored again. And they are in complete command of this game. With 8-goal barrage here in this first quarter. Braintree's been so efficient with the ball, too. Every time they've had it, they haven't fooled around with the ball. They've just gone right to the goal and been able to convert their scoring chances. Braintree passing it again ahead of the pack, and again they find the back of the net. Wow, this is really incredible. Framingham has already used a timeout in this quarter, and it hasn't stopped. Braintree out to a 9-0 lead with a minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Sometimes this is the score you see at halftime, sometime even at some point in the third quarter. But this one really has the making of getting out of hand quick. Ready here on the draw. As Duffy possesses for Braintree, swings it back to the 45 on the Braintree side of the field. They now look to attack here on offense. Just about a minute to go. As Braintree's shot misses. Final 50 seconds here of the first quarter. Braintree with 9 goals here in the quarter alone. Out in front, shot up over the crossbar. Braintree can hold for the final shot if they want. Trying to end the quarter with a shot attempt. In front. And this one's given away by Braintree. A rare mistake here in the quarter. Then the ball was swatted right back. Braintree gets it here in the final half minute. And that will do it here for the first quarter. As good of a quarter as Braintree's going to play this season, they lead 9-0 after a quarter of play here at home. We'll be back for second quarter action in a moment. Back here for the start of the second quarter. Braintree with a 9-0 advantage as we head into quarter number 2. Mike Walser bringing the coverage here on BCAM TV. And it will be a Framingham ball, actually Braintree ball, excuse me, here to begin the second quarter. The two sides have switched sides. It's been all Braintree here in this first half. Duffy leading the charge on offense. McDonald with a handful of goals as well. And the Flyers now looking to break the shutout. A clean run to the goal by Peck, as the shot is up and over the goal. So as good of a scoring chance as they're going to get here in this game, and not able to finish in front. Braintree forces it towards the 30, and the pass up to midfield. Again, it's run back behind the goal. Looking for somewhere to go with it. And Braintree can run a little bit more clock here in this second quarter as they have the ball and already leading by 9 goals. They're going to burn some time here. Going inside and shooting and scoring. A 10th goal of the game. It's Braintree spreading around the offense. And this one is up to 10 goals. Should be running clock now. And it'll stay running clock as long as it's 10 goals or more. Probably a good rule they implemented once a team has a lead like that, because obviously it makes the game go by faster. Don't necessarily need the opponent to allow more and more goals. Braintree back with possession. With 9 minutes to go here in the half, Braintree with a 10-goal lead. Getting inside and losing possession, but a whistle will keep the ball with Braintree. The home side, the Womps, taking on the Framingham Flyers here in a Bay State Conference matchup. See if Braintree brings this one towards the goal or if they work it back behind the goal. Braintree gets inside and scores. Nine goals in the first quarter, 2 already here in the second. And Braintree has blown this one wide open. Here's the draw at midfield. Second quarter is going to go by very quickly with this running clock. And another stoppage. And another whistle against Framingham. Flyers just can't get the ball here in this second quarter. Braintree's pass is up over midfield. Trying to spin inside as Braintree finds their way through traffic. Duffy fighting through it, and that one hits the post. They say that one went in. It's very hard to see from here. Looks like they're going to count that as a goal. Did not look like it did from my vantage point, but referee's taking the ball to the midfield mark. Braintree again gets the ball. All 12 goals in this game scored by the home team. Braintree going to be on the way to a 6th victory. They attack again, looking for the shot, and the whistle was before it, wouldn't have counted. Shot went wide anyway. A long bus ride back home for the Flyers, who are still being shut out to this point, and I wonder how long Braintree will keep their starters in this game. As Braintree has scored again. Nine in the first quarter, 4 more here in the second. This one looks to be running clock all the rest of the way. About 4:45 remaining here in the half. Just trying to break the shutout now at this point. Back down the field as they shoot and score. And Framingham finally gets one on the board. So the shutout's over. It's 13-1. Seibert getting ready to check in for Braintree. Back behind the net. Looking to swing it in front. Braintree pulls it back to the outside, and the ball was turned over. Braintree up the field now as Framingham still possessing. Trying to go right through the Braintree defense, and that was not going to work. So Braintree will take it back. They move it up to midfield. Yards away from the goal, and Braintree just hanging on to it, and no rush to shoot. Nice deke. Braintree now swings it down towards the side of the post, and scoring in front. No, they're going to wave it off for being in the crease. No goal. So nearing the end of this first half, Braintree with a 13-1 lead. Framingham looking for one last opportunity down the field. Good defense being played to deny the midfield mark. Framingham having trouble making a pass in that spot. Still having trouble catching it. Braintree right on him here. Still trying to get to midfield, and now able to get over midfield. There's Braintree all over him, trying to deny a shot attempt here to close out the half. Just seconds remaining here in this first half. Framingham has to attack here in the final 3 seconds. They're not going to get a shot off, and that is going to take us to halftime. So we will be back for third quarter action shortly, with Braintree leading 13-1 here at home. Back to start the third quarter here at Alumni Stadium. And a whistle going against Braintree. Flyers able to get on the scoreboard late in the second quarter, but otherwise Braintree has done all the scoring. 13-1. And it is running clock. Braintree with the ball now as they try and force it to midfield. Probably going to see most of the reserves for Braintree in the second half, at least I would assume for most of the fourth quarter. Still a lot of action left to be played. 2 quarters still left, albeit a much quicker quarter than normal. Looking to get inside. That one popped out of the stick. Fighting for possession. Possession still with the home side. Braintree attacks the goal. Dangerously close to being inside the crease. Braintree gives the ball away. Goalie trying to pass it up the field. On a couple of hops, able to catch that one cleanly with the full head of steam, and now the Flyers have a partial break. 2-on-1 in front, and they throw the ball away. That's as clear of a chance they're going to get. 2-on-1 chance up the field. Braintree uses the middle of the field. Pass right on target. Moved up by McDonough. And now Braintree looking to find a shot attempt. Looking back behind the goal. Braintree works it quickly. Nice pass in front and denied on the doorstep. Great scoring chance there for the home team, but they are stopped. Probably the best save of the game we've seen by the Framingham goalie. Braintree moving it towards the sideline. Fighting it through traffic as Braintree moves it to the midfield mark and further. They work it right down the sideline. Looking for the shot attempt now here on the restart. Opportunity for a shot from Framingham, but there is not going to be a goal scored. So the Flyers trying to move it out from their own side of the field. Braintree is denied on the doorstep. Wild pass up the field, and this one actually works out for Framingham. I got another 2-on-1 up the field, but they couldn't make the pass. Braintree all over him here. They circle it back. Middle. Spinning to the opposite side and score. A second goal of the game for the Flyers, who took that one out of nowhere. Now it's as close as they've been in a while at 13-2. Flyers again get possession. They're starting to get things moving now. Scored the last 2 goals in this game. As they find a way to score again. And all of a sudden it's a 10-goal game. As they have battled back from 13 down, scoring the last 3 goals. But again, the clock is still moving with the 10-goal margin. Battling for possession, and Framingham scoops it up. And the pass is thrown away. So that'll burn some serious time off the clock. Looks like Duffy going to be done for a little while. Nice footwork as Braintree moves it to midfield. Strong run up the field. Nice pass. And Braintree is stopped. That one may have gotten a piece of the goalie, may have gotten a piece of the post too. Pass is off target, and that pass is going to give possession back to the visitors. Framingham ball, down by 10. Braintree gets the ball back. Inside of the 10-yard line, they turn it over too. Dangerous pass for the goalie. Able to catch it cleanly. And then the dangerous pass into traffic does avoid the Braintree stick, and it finds its way to the open Framingham player. The dicey decision to pass still works out for them. As they shoot and score, and all of a sudden it is a 13-4 game. So the clock now has stopped because the game is under 10. Braintree might want to pick it up a little bit here if they want to keep this game moving along. Otherwise, Framingham's going to find a way to get right back in this. Not that Braintree's not trying to score, but they're certainly not being as aggressive with the ball. Ready for this one to resume. And Framingham again, able to find the ball. Trying to use the middle of the field. And as the player slips down, Braintree takes the turnover. Trying to convert at the other end. Trying to get it back to a 10-goal game. Not much time left here in the quarter, so we're near the fourth. About 10 yards out, Braintree with it. Spinning it back up top. Dancing through some traffic. Looking for the shot, and that one is kept away. So this one moved up towards the midfield mark as we approach the final seconds now here of the third. One last shot attempt from a long distance away is wide, and that'll take us to the fourth quarter. So 13-4 as we head to the fourth and final quarter here at Braintree High School. We'll be back to resume play in a moment. Back here at Alumni Stadium, start of the fourth quarter. Framingham has gotten back in it a bit in a 13-4 game now. Braintree had a commanding lead at the end of the first half, but a much better third quarter has made this game a little bit closer, but Braintree still in complete control. As we head to the fourth and final quarter. And Braintree on their way to their sixth win of the season. Trying to move to 6-4 with the victory. Framingham continuing to have trouble here this season with just 3 wins and 7 losses. As the shot attempt goes just wide of the goal. Looks like Braintree with pretty much all of their starters, at least on offense, on the bench, which kind of was what I expected. Last thing you want to see is an injury here in a game that has already been decided. As the Flyers shot goes wide again. Good couple of saves being made here. Just over 11 minutes of action left as Braintree with the steal, and now they will bring it up towards midfield. As the pass is on target, and here goes Braintree attacking. Back up top. Good passing here from Braintree as they look to register a shot. Spinning out in front as Braintree's backhanded shot is kept away. Goalie able to get that one. Maybe the defense helped out too. Clock will not be running the entire way unless Braintree gets that 10-goal mark again. Next goal going to be big. If Braintree can get that next goal to go 14-4, this would be big. Run by Framingham, pretty impressive, but again, albeit against a lot of the Braintree reserves. And Braintree not as aggressive as they have been this entire game with such a big lead. But either way, you gotta give credit where credit's due. Framingham has made this a much closer game. No team likes to be beaten badly. So it's good to show the response that Framingham has shown. Braintree drives right by a couple of defenders. Again, the clock will continue to move unless there's a timeout or a stoppage. Even though the game isn't at that 10-goal mark. That's how girls lacrosse is played. Boys lacrosse is every stoppage, it's stopped. A nice save by the goalie. And a lot of room to work with. That's a good 10 yards of space that Braintree's giving away. No goals yet here in this fourth quarter. Shoot it as Braintree gets it back up top. Now driving inside. Low shot, and this one finds its way home. It will skip that one between the goalie's legs. So a lot of time left here in this fourth quarter as it's down to 8. Braintree's going to get some of their starters back in here. This game not over yet. Right now, they would do well to get possession. Ball is loose on the turf, scooped up by Braintree, and they will possess. 13-5 is Braintree trying to get a goal. Haven't scored in a while. Pass is too high, and Braintree has thrown it away. So Braintree making some mistakes here. Now trying to hold them onto the defensive side of the field. Looking to go somewhere as the goalie throws this one. And Braintree fighting for possession cannot grab it. Framingham finds it through traffic. first shot attempt, but Braintree still playing strong defense here. Even with an 8-goal lead, they don't really want this game to get much closer. We're halfway through this fourth quarter. Much going to the goal right now, and Framingham needs to shoot. Down by 8 goals. So that one comes out of the stick awkwardly. I think Braintree got a piece of the stick on that shot. Kind of changed the trajectory of the shot. Ball is now scooped up. Looking to go in front of the goal now. As Braintree trying to get one on the scoreboard. The shot taken, it goes just wide. Good scoring chance there. And Braintree with a goal here to finally get one on the board. They hadn't scored in a while. And now it is 14-5. Goals still starting to trickle in. Braintree getting one for the first time in a while. Getting ready here on the draw at the midfield mark. Braintree finds it through traffic. Duffy. Braintree going towards the goal. A goal here would put him back up by 10. As Braintree dances inside and scores. As they do go back up by 10, and they do get that clock back moving again. Braintree has made it look a little different now after having at one point a 13-goal lead. Definitely got a lot closer than it was. It was down to as low as 8 goals before Braintree has scored the last 2 to make it back to 10. Nice pass in front, and Braintree rockets another one home. $16 on the board for the home team. Looks like Braintree going to pull off some of the starters again. Game got a little bit closer than expected, but now Braintree starting to taper back. Now the clock is continuing to move, and Braintree's lead is double digits. 16-5. Maybe a goal left in this game or so. Braintree gives the ball away. Could not collect it. And now the Flyers attacking the goal, as they shoot and score. Trying to go up high over the shoulder, and able to do so against the smaller Braintree goalie. So approaching the final minute now of action, as Braintree looking to put the finishing touches on this one. Pass on target, as the Flyers looking for one last shot attempt in this game. One more stop, and this is probably just about done. Defense content to just allow Framingham to pass the ball around as they try and get inside. Braintree has shut it down again, and now the goalie makes a stop, and Braintree can just about ice this one away. Running it up the field is Braintree without the benefit of a pass. Final seconds now drain off the clock, and Braintree going to hold on for a 16-6 victory today here at home. And Braintree now with the win moved to 6-4. Framingham now 3-8 with the defeat. So Braintree will be back in action again on Thursday against Natick, but nice home win here today against Framingham. A long wait after the school vacation week, but able to get back in the win column after a disappointing loss at home against Newton North in a game Braintree led at the beginning, but ultimately losing in that last game here at home. So that will conclude our coverage. Thanks for watching here today. A 16-6 final score in Braintree's favor. On behalf of our camera person here today, Dave Maybrook, I'm Mike Wassel. We'll see you next time.